thing runs up to the moon. But no, you have to have a plan. You have to be disciplined. You can't just continue to buy in and think things are going to run, right? So they fail to learn. When they fail to learn, they continue to lose, right? And when they continue to lose, they quit. This isn't easy. This isn't easy. As a regular retail trader, whether you're trading, whether you're working full time or you're trading full time, whatever it might be, this is very difficult. You're going against some of the smartest brains, algorithms, computer manipulation, right? Market makers, and other traders. So whoever wants it more, whoever puts in the work more, whoever finds opportunities more is going to have the opportunity to continue to win. You can't half-ass this shit. As soon as you start half-assing this, you're going to lose. And that's exactly what's happening, right? People are losing a lot of money because they think it's a quick, easy button, hit buy, hit sell, and you're going to win. Fuck no, it's not. It is not that easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. But 90% of people who start to trade quit because they lose. Because it's not easy and they don't have the discipline and the intestinal fortitude to continue to push and through, right? Soon as they come up with any kind of friction points, they quit. They absolutely quit, right? And that's why I like seeing small accounts with consistent profits. Those are the ones that's probably going to continue on and do great things because they're learning a skill set. They're staying disciplined. They're staying true. They're putting in the hard work. They're burning the midnight oil, right? They're spending the weekends time to learn, to try to get ahead, to get, right? All this free information, whether it be myself, GP, right? Whether it be Ashen, whether it be RW Gates, right? Whether it be Nextera, whatever it might be, those people are out there helping you guys, right? We're out here helping you guys. And the fact that you guys aren't helping yourselves, right? Some of you guys here, now it jumped up to 20, right? I appreciate it, but you guys still not helping. That's exactly why I said last week that this is my last free Friday Lotto plays, because I also posted in my stories to comment on it. Help me change the algorithms to reach more people and comment and share and post and reshare and tag other people, right? You guys don't do that for me. Why should I continue putting that out there for you? It's that simple, right? It's the same aspects of if I tell you to put in the homework, I give you all these tools. I give you the websites. I give you the tools. I show you guys how to create resistance, how to create support, how to watch for volume and price action, and how to look for and be patient and wait for entry points and confirmation points. But you guys don't listen to the simple things. If you guys don't listen to the simple things, you're probably going to continue to lose, right? Because you're impatient, you don't understand, and you're don't listen to reason, right? So this is how you can continue to improve, right? Just going through, putting the hard work, burning the minute oil, spending your weekends to get ahead. You could be out there watching football right now, right? Soccer. You could be out there watching Netflix, but you guys are on there with me, right? Whether you're also putting the homework and do it yourself, right? The little time I have with you guys, it's not enough. 24 hours a day. Nobody sleeps 8 hours a day. Everybody sleeps about 6 hours a day, usually, right? So you figure that if you work 8 hours a day, you sleep 6 hours a day, that's 14. You still have 10 hours. What the hell are you doing for 10 hours on yourself, right? Right? Let's say 3 hours for eating. Okay. 7 hours. What are you doing for yourself? You're fucking bullshitting. You're scrolling through. You're watching TikToks, right? You're scrolling through Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and everything like that. Those are all great platforms if you know how to utilize it. If you're utilizing like this to learn a skill set, to learn the opportunities, then great. But if you're just going through and fucking watching jokes and sharing them with other people, then you're wasting your damn time, right? You're wasting your damn time. All right, let's get back off my soapbox. All right. Allegiant A, it has earnings tomorrow after hours, right? This kind of spiked up here. It hit that same resistance point that you noticed from before here, over here in August. I'm gymming and listening. Yeah, right. I do that all the time too. Give support and get support. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. And I'm even actually start making a close friends group, and probably doing a lot of these lives, as well as all my Friday Lotto plays for my close friends. And the close friends are going to be my seminar students. All right. And continue to grow. Not only do we have the Telegram, the mentorship program, right, but here on IG as well. So use that and continue to expand and explore and grow and invest in yourself. I'll continue investing my time to help you grow. Right. So, yeah. All right. So, Allegiant here. If you notice, it hit that same resistance point that it rejected on. It was pretty overextended, so it's pretty easy to see it kind of pull back. Created a support here, off of a previous level as well, kind of where it also rejected before, and then kind of bounced up. It very much looks like a SPY a little bit, as far as how it pulled back and now it kind of jumped right back up. Now, it could be creating higher lows, right? So this is a very, very key level. It does have earnings tomorrow after hours. So we could kind of identify like, okay, trigger yesterday's or Friday's low and high of the day, and look at those as trigger points to either ride it right back up to resistance or back down to this, support base, right? So there's very, very key levels there that you could kind of say, okay, we're watching and waiting for a breakout. Now, if we break out above 150 here, now we have to look at a bigger time frame to see what's the next level, right? Because this 150 resistance point is very, very strong. But if we can break above 150 and hold above 150, it has a lot of room to run back up here towards 160 to 165, right? So it broke this slight downtrend, right? It broke this downtrend that it had going on here on this weekly time frame, right? You see that it rejected, came back, retest. Now it's creating higher lows and pulling up, right? Now we need to break this 150. If it could break this 150, it has a lot of room to run all the way back up here towards 160, 165 levels, right? For Allegiant. And this is on the weekly time frame. It does have earnings tomorrow after hours, so those are the levels I'm kind of watching for. But in between 148 and 144, which was Friday's low and high of the day, if we could continue to either reject the 148, ride it right back down to 144, and kind of trade within this range, and so forth, right? But that's Allegiant. The next one I'm watching is Zoom. I know a couple of you guys see me kind of play this out last week, how it had this strong resistance point. Right? I said, hey, wait till it pulls back to 185. It pulled back towards 184 actually, and then ran right back up here to 189. It does have a big gap up here, but you notice that it ran up on Monday, pulled back Tuesday, Wednesday ran up and retested that Monday high, and then pulled back Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So this is kind of where it was. Actually, no, this was Friday. That was Monday. Monday it pulled back, and then Tuesday bounced right back up to retest that. And that was a nice big movement, right? That was a nice big movement. So here's very, very important because it's holding this level here at $80. But if it breaks underneath $80 here, right? If it breaks underneath this $80, there's a lot of room for it to continue falling back down to 76 or even potentially back down here to 72, $71. I like charting on the daily time frame and using the 4-hour time frame for confirm the moves on the smaller time frames. I'm on the right track with that. I mean, it depends on your strategy, right? I mean, you could do that for like more of like a a swing trade because the bigger time frames. But yeah, I mean, you could always look at that, right, from a daily to a 4-hour time frame and say, okay, now we're getting this double bottom here at that $80 range. So that's why I said $80 is pretty important. But if it fails this $80, it could fall, right? Otherwise, if we get back above this level, we could run it right back up here towards 85, right? And then look at like you said, the smaller time frames, 1, 5, 15 for confirmation and an entry point. I mean, it really depends on your strategy, how you're doing it, whether you're scalp trading, day trading, swing trading, right? Long-term investing. The different time frames help you look for those confirmation points. Right. But that's Zoom. Like I said, between 85 to run it right back up here to $90, $89, $90, or underneath 80, look for it to short back down here to 75, right? So we could get a $5 movement in either direction. All right, next one's going to be Dell. I don't know why I didn't have it saved. Right, Dell here. But I'm really liking Dell's setup. If you notice here, it's been moving up. This strong previous resistance point then becomes support here and here. Right? And that was off of a previous resistance or support as well. So, and now this Vice is looking like at the SPY or that one candlestick that we were talking about as far as inverted hammer, right? Now we're looking at hammer candlestick, right? How it came right back down, retested that same support base that where it was right there, and then ran up. And now it's gaining some actual demand, some buyers. Look at the volume kind of picking up here on Friday as it leads into earnings on Monday after hours, right? So if we break above Friday's high of the day of 42.20, I think, yeah, 42.15, we could get a nice continuation back up here to 44. But you're going to have a strong resistance point. Right up here at the strong resistance point, right around here up at the 200 EMA, right? Yeah, I mean, it's still uptrending, right? So what is an uptrend? Higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher highs and higher lows. So this was low, 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 right? Still maintaining that trend, as well as creating higher highs, right? Still creating higher highs and higher lows. Just know that there's going to be a strong resistance point right here at this 200 moving average, right? So above this level here, I'm looking to run right back up here to retest this this resistance as well as that 200 EMA. So even though it's only $1.50 move, that could be very, very substantial, especially if you time your entry points and with your option contracts, could be pretty significant. So not only is this going to be a strong resistance point at the 200 EMA, but look, it was a previous support, previous resistance, right? So that's a pretty significant level. But if it continues to run back up there, there's a lot of room for it to continue to move, right? There's a lot of room for it to continue to move up there. So, absolutely. Right? So that's Dell. So those are the three I'm kind of watching for Monday. Allegiant, Dell, and Zoom. Those all have earnings, like I said, Monday after hours. Now, there is a couple that have earnings on Tuesday morning before the market opens, so I can play it tomorrow, right? And let's cover some of those. The first one's going to be Best Buy, right? Best Buy. So what I'm really liking here, in the same fashion that we were just talking about with Allegiant, is creating higher lows, right? Is creating higher lows. Right? If you notice, it got very, very overextended. Basically gapped up here, ran up. But notice this gap that was created here it gapped down and then kind of filled this gap nicely. And now it's retesting this level before it fills this gap, right? And then plus, if you know the common trend right now and the actual seasonality, right? The seasonality is it's November. Best Buy. Best Buy is probably going to get a lot of information, right? Or potential sales, right? So if we break back above this resistance point, it would look to try to fill some of this gap, right? And this was like a $3 gap. Like I said, it might not seem like a lot, but especially with option contracts, you can make a lot of money on this gap fill. On your day trades, you typically take 1 week contracts. On day trades, I usually trade weeklies, right? Or if I'm trading SPY, sometimes 0-day expiration, right? But that's day trades and scalp trades, and I'm using that volatility for quick trades, right? But otherwise, if I'm trying to swing trades, I'm definitely looking out further 30, 45, 60 days out, right? To give myself time and get the trade to establish and continue moving up. Right? So, like I said, BBY, Best Buy have earnings Tuesday before the market opens. So this is something that we could be watching and playing tomorrow, right? Now, if it rejects the same level, then we could look to see if it comes back down here to 70, or even right here to to $70 to kind of fill this small gap, right? Or see if it comes right back down to this trend that it's been establishing. But this is a pretty key resistance point. Otherwise, take it right back up here to that where it had that actual gap at, right? Does that make sense with everybody? I don't like seeing this VWAP. Hold on. I don't know why it's showing on my daily time frames. All right. So considering that this has nice clear, you can probably see it a lot better now. So this is looking really good. So this is potentially a play for tomorrow, right? As it leads into earnings Tuesday before the market opens. So play it tomorrow, close your contracts, and then Tuesday, play it in the direction according to however the earnings call came out, right? Adjust accordingly. But those are the entry plays that I'm kind of looking for this here, either long over here to fill that gap, or this rejection here at that 42.25 level to kind of come right back down here, right? So $2-3 move in either direction. Like I said, with good timing, with confirmation, it can be pretty significant moves with your contracts. The next one's going to be Dollar Tree, DLTR, right? So Dollar Tree, I'm gonna kind of zoom out, and you could tell me, what do you see here, right? Yeah, earnings and guidance. Absolutely. When I mean earnings, I mean earnings and guidance, because this is a guidance that's going to be very important to see how it's going to do in the next quarter. Right? Now, look at this. Right? 4 stages. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. So it provided a nice stage 1 here. And that's why it's always important to do your homework. Right? It started to gap up on October 25th to start moving up to that stage 2. Right? On October 25th. So that's 3 weeks before earnings. So that's why I said is if you do your homework, right? It's a lot of work, but there's a lot of opportunity. If you do your homework, there's always ways to figure it out. Like this resistance point was pretty significant. And I'll show you here, right? Not only was a resistance point there, but it was a previous resistance point, right? Became a support resistance point there after a gap down, right? And then it started that stage 2, ran up right back to its levels that it was at before, right? From this level at 145 to up here, which is 170. That's a $25 move on a $145 stock. That's about a 13% return on investment. Let me see. I don't know. See if my math is mathing today. 17%, right? So I'm a little slow, right? But even better, 17%. Anytime you can get double digits and constantly repeat those things, it's a huge opportunity, right? It's a huge opportunity. There's opportunities everywhere. You just have to learn how to find it. Now, I kind of open up the rest of the indicators because look at this, right? Completely oversold. Started getting some divergence, right? Some bullish divergence here in the RSI and the MACD. Breaks the level there and then continues to run. Now, if you notice on this spike up is when it got oversold, overbought, right? Okay, and now it started to give us that bearish divergence. As it spiked up and hit that strong level of resistance, it gave us that bearish divergence, right? So, considering that this on a bigger time frame on the daily time frame, right, that we're kind of overbought, doesn't mean that it can't continue running. Because look, from this level to this level, it's still creating higher lows, right? Still creating higher lows here. I could create a nice trend there, right? Still creating higher lows. So, see if this previous resistance can create a support there. But if this breaks here, then we could get a pretty big sell-off, right? And enter that stage 3, right? And enter then that stage 4, right? And enter that stage 4. Right? 1 month option on that would be huge. Yeah, right? It absolutely would be. That's 70% of shares, right? Exactly what Raphael said, right? So this is the stuff that you want to kind of look for and find those opportunities. As this was holding that support base, right? We're gaining strength. We're gaining momentum, right? We started losing sellers, right? Started to pick up demand. Look at right here, from here to here, started to pick up demand, right? And broke out and then continued running up, right? It's not rocket science. It's just due diligence. It's not rocket science. It's just due diligence. That's really all it really has to do with. But a lot of people are too lazy to put that work in or invest in themselves to kind of learn how to put that work in, right? Because you don't know what you don't know. But if you invest in yourself, if you put that work in, you'll learn how to find these opportunities, right? But that's a clear stage 4, stage 1, right? Clear breakout, ran up, just like I said, hit that RSI level, created that higher, extremely oversold, overbought, and then continue moving back, right? Oh, what's up, GP? Right? Opportunities always. Clear path. It's kind of fitting you jumped on. Look at that. We were just talking about this opportunity there for you, GP. This is Dollar Tree here. Look at that. Right? Oh, got the money flow here. Perfect. Right? Perfect opportunity there in the money flow. But that's exactly what happened. Right? That's exactly what happened there. Now it's just up to you to put the due diligence in and find the opportunities there. and find those opportunities. Right? So that's Dollar Tree. This earnings is also on Tuesday before the market opens. Um, yeah, I mean, potentially, I think the dollar went to $1.25 now, didn't it? Or $1.50. Inflation's killing Dollar Tree too. Right? All right. Next one's gonna be for Tuesday. After hours is going to be HP, right? HP have earnings Tuesday after hours. Notice same exact aspect. Everything's kind of working out in the same fashion. Yeah, dog like Dollar Tree. My brother just kind of walked in, so the dog don't like him. He barking at his ass. Nah, just playing. Right? But look, it came over, filled that gap, came right back down. Nice stage one, ran right back up. Previous support becomes resistance. Failed at the 200 EMA. Pulled back, right? It's a common thing over and over and over again, right? Now we want to see if this kind of holds, right? For it leading into how that previous resistance then becomes a support there. Yep. Yeah, right. And dog only 7 months. Oh, big ass puppy. He was trying to let you guys know, man. Don't be scared. You gotta bark it out sometimes. Try to tell y'all there's opportunities there. You just gotta fucking put in the work. Stop being lazy asses. Stop being lazy dumbasses and put that work in. Right? Now for day trading opportunities here, like I said, this is Tuesday after hours. So now I found a range between resistance and a support base. Right? And now I can say, okay, either a break above this resistance point at basically around 29.70, right? I could take it right back up here to $30 to $31. Or if we break back underneath Friday's low, then I could write it right back down here to this support, right? So now I could close in on actual triggers from there to there, right? So now I could say, okay, either I could break out on long, break out, go short, or trade within this range, right? Now I could trade within this range or a clear breakouts to either direction. I establish a plan and I hold myself accountable and wait for that plan to be established or wait on that confirmation, right? Yeah, there's a lot of homies at that 200. There's always a lot of homies. There's about 200 homies at that 200, right? Compared to only 9 homies over here at the 9. Damn, Kev. You up to no good, Kev. Right? But same thing. It's been establishing the uptrend, right? Establishing that nice uptrend, but we're getting to overbought, right? Kind of getting to that overbought. Over here provided a perfect opportunity when it created that bullish divergence before it started running up, right? Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. All right, so this one, I mean, considering it's already ran its course, right? Looking for day trade and scalp opportunities, like I said, looking to close within the range. And now on a clear breakout of that range, write it in that continued direction. Right in that continued direction. So that's what I'm looking for HP. Like I said, it has earnings on Wednesday after hours. And so forth. Next one is on Thursday, no, Wednesday. Wednesday is deer. Right? Is deer. DE. Right? A lot of y'all people probably use deer, especially during the summertime, right? But look at that. Provided opportunities along the same path. Now, what I really like about this right now is how it's trying to clearly break out above this level. Now, if I scroll over and look for that next resistance point, right? If we could continue that breakout, always zoom out, right? But look at where we're at, right? If you notice here, we talk about this all the time, right? What is the key thing that you always want to look at, right? As we're hitting resistance point, what do you always want to look at? Let's see if you guys are actually learning and paying attention, or you just bullshitting. What's something you guys always want to look at here? Not overextended, right? Because overextension has more to do with the moving averages, right? Volume, absolutely, right? Absolutely, right? So not only are we kind of overbought or pretty extreme over here towards 70 RSI, where it's kind of been hanging out here for the past couple weeks, right? But as we're running up here, we're losing demand, right? We're losing demand over here. It tried to spike up here, right? It tried to spike up. It did spike up on this day. Huge demand, bounce off this 9 EMA, but it rejected. And then supply quickly came right back in, right? RSI and volume, absolutely. So then this green candlestick looks very bullish, right? But not many homies are running with them, right? Not many homies are continuing to run up past that level. So considering that we're losing demand, but now we're gaining supply, right? Now we're gaining some sellers up here. So I kind of watch this level, right? We already understand that it's already kind of overbought. Now we're waiting on this divergence to happen. We're already getting some divergence over here with the MACD. Right? We're getting a bearish divergence up here with the MACD. Now we're waiting on it to lose strength as well. Now, if it does both of those, then it's probably going to reverse back down, right? So I can say, okay, this is my uptrend. So once it breaks the uptrend, then I could look and take that short position, right? Which is kind of right around the 20 day. So once it breaks that 20-day moving average and loses that, and gains more support or more supply, more sellers, then we could continue running it right back down. Right? Yeah, let's look. Right, so up here, hit that key resistance area. Right, can it go higher? It could go higher, right? But remember, up here, you're taking a greater risk, especially because we're losing some momentum, right? We're already kind of high RSI, right? So you don't want to buy up here. You needed to buy at this opportunity down here, right? But for day trades and for scalping opportunities, now, if it does break this level, right? If it does break this level, then we could continue riding it up back up here towards that 420 range, 420, 425 level, right? Otherwise, I'm going to look for a better opportunity to short it, right? A better opportunity to short it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a strong resistance point, right? Yeah, so that's why I said there's always opportunity. This one, if you're looking to take a long position, it needs to be a very, very quick position, but you have to understand that you're taking a greater risk at this price level, right? At these extreme RSI levels, you're taking a greater risk in a long position Otherwise, be patient and wait for the opportunity to take a bigger move down, right? It doesn't mean that I can't continue going up, right? But you have to see that there's a bigger risk taking a long position than actually a short position, right? So that's Deere. There's no earnings really on Thursday and Friday. That's only the only one I'm really gonna be watching for on Wednesday. There's other earnings that's coming out, especially on Tuesday, like Autodesk. I'll be watching Dick's Sporting Goods, Baidu, right? Chinese company Baidu, BIDU. That comes out on Tuesday before the market opens. Right? And this one's like, I still don't really like Chinese plays too much. However, there are still opportunities, right? Because they can still gap up and gap down. So there's still opportunities to make money, and I'm all about making money, right? But for long-term positions, I mean, it's looking like this wants to start at stage 2. Just kind of watch this volume aspect because it is losing some buyers, right? It is losing some demand as it's rejecting that 50 EMA, right? But it's holding above the 9 and 20. We're getting that golden cross. So that's why I want to bring this up, Baidu, for you guys because of this level here, right? We're getting that golden cross. But if we could break back above this 101 and 102 level, it has a lot of room to run, right? So you can say, okay, this is my stage 1. And considering that, right? Considering that it broke above and pulled back and retested it, creating a support at the previous resistance, we could look for that continuation push up, right? We could look for that continuation push up. And we're not extreme anywhere, right? It was extremely oversold, started to get some bullish divergence here, right? And looking to kind of break out. But just kind of be wary with Baidu and some of these other Chinese stocks. I did want to show you guys Nvidia also, even though it had earnings last week. Look, I want you guys to see these levels. I left the levels exactly how we was looking at last week, right? So this was Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Out here, I'm going to ride it back up to this previous support. And guess the exact level that it hit, right? And rejected. It pulled back, it rejected there, and came right back down and retested that same support, right? So these technical levels that I gave you, this is the exact thing. I didn't change nothing from last Sunday when I created this whole thing for you guys. I said above this level, because that was last Friday. So that was Monday, Tuesday, or I'm sorry, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So Monday it retested it, and then Tuesday broke out and hit that same level that we talked about, right where that 200 moving average is, and also where that previous support will become resistance, right? So this worked out exactly how we thought it would be. Ran up, rejected, pulled back, retested, rejected, and came right back down to the support base, right? Yeah, Friday's levels, right? On a break under that $95 range, right? Had a huge opportunity to continue to short it back down, right? And that was the opportunity that I gave you guys on that Friday lotto play. But yeah, that's Nvidia in a nutshell. Let's see what else. I wanted to show you guys that and leave it up there. I usually like delete them and reset, but I want to show you guys exactly how this kind of played out according to what we talked about last Sunday. And you could go back to my you could go right back to my actual my video from last Sunday and look at these same exact levels, right? With these price points, these same exact levels, and see exactly where it hit, right? It's all there, time marked last week, same bat time, same bat channel, right? That we was on now. So those levels all came into perfect play. By understanding support resistance points, it gives you opportunities of price targets or even confirmation of entry points, right? You don't need all these other moving averages. These moving averages are there to help me kind of dictate when stocks are kind of overextended, or when we actually are curling up and looking to kind of start an uptrend or a downtrend, right? When we get some of these crossing points and separation, it tells me that the momentum, either down or when it starts to separate, is relatively high, right? So I don't really use those. Support, resistance, and price action and volume is all you really need to be a decent trader. The other technicals, right? Hey, it hit a extreme RSI levels, is now telling me, now confirming kind of what I'm seeing with a price action and the volume, right? Now, if you're in here, I did actually scale out and take some profits, I think around 165, right? But I also bottom around 110, right? That's almost a 50% return on my investment, right? I mean, it did close underneath that 155 level. It closed at 154. I mean, so if we come up and reject that 155 again, then it could come down here and retest that 149, right? So watch tomorrow on smaller time frames. If we bounce up and reject 155, right? If we bounce up and reject 155, it could look to kind of pull back, right? And that 155 was actually kind of Thursday's low of the day, right? So if it comes up and rejects that 155 and then sellers start to come in, it can come right back down to 149, right? Or even 150, because 150 is going to be that psychological level. So, all right. So hopefully that kind of helped you guys out. I do have a couple others that I'm watching for next week, because next week has some decent earnings, right? So I'll share that out there with a couple people that's there. Oh yeah. Right, look at this. I'm gonna tease y'all again. Look at that level. Look at that level. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Let's see. It's starting to try to curl right back up. Came all the way back down towards 50. It's starting to curl right back up. So if we break about this here, we could run. And that has earnings next week on the 1st of December. But yeah. All right. So I appreciate you guys jumping on. How to represent that CMC Christian McCaffrey jersey. But that's all I got for you guys today. Here we go. Good. This is the extra shit y'all gotta be grateful for. Join the Discord, Fireplace. Appreciate you, Manny. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm about to take off. You guys have any questions, just hit me up. I will be this week, Thanksgiving, right? My next live might be Wednesday, right? Because I'm not going to probably do it on Thursday. Thanksgiving, people spend it with family and so forth, right? So I won't do it on Thursday. So I might do one on Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. I'm not sure yet. But just turn your notifications for when I go live, right? And I'll probably also be doing a huge discount for my course and seminar. So pay attention to that. Make sure you guys are watching for that opportunity once I actually put it out there for Friday, for Black Friday special, right? So it's going to be limited, and it's only going to last this week. for courses, for my seminars, that's going to be limited. All right. You guys have a good night or a good day. Bye.